This is the last video in the Salicon Learning Center series, and this one will be talking about why is Salicon eminent. So there are a few reasons why Salicon is considered an eminent person. The first one is his approach to learning. His approach to learning. The second one is his vision. And the last one is the implementation of his vision. So let's break down some of these points. So the first one is Salicon's approach to learning. Salicon believes in a mastery-based approach to learning. So this basically means students can master subjects before moving to the next, and it allows students to go deeper into the curriculum, which allows them to gain a more rigorous understanding of topics and also explore further into topics they're interested in. This system is good and all, but what's wrong with the current one? The problems with the current one are it moves students all together at the same pace. So students are lectured, they take notes, and then they regurgitate their knowledge in tests, and then you forget everything. And even if you don't score well on the tests, you're still moved to the next subject. So the whole class is moved together like a herd of sheep. And this leaves gaps in knowledge. So what do I mean by gaps in knowledge? Imagine your knowledge like a block of cheese. And students going through the traditional learning method, their knowledge is like Swiss cheese. They have a bunch of holes all over their knowledge. Say this one here is division. I didn't understand division when I was in school, but I moved on anyways. Say this one over here is exponents. When I learn exponents in school and I don't understand it, then later on in high school, grade 11, 12, when I start to learn logarithms, I won't have any idea what I'm doing because I never learned this step before moving on to more complex things. And that is the fundamental problem with the current learning system. So by implementing this system, students will be able to master subjects before moving on, which will close these gaps in their knowledge, allowing them to do well when more complex subjects are placed upon them. The next topic is Salicon's vision. So what is his vision? His vision is to provide free, world-class education to anyone, anywhere. How is Salicon doing this? He is doing this by growing Khan Academy as a non-profit organization. The entire program is free for anyone using it. There's no monthly subscription. And this allows learners who need a little bit extra help in school or just want to go deeper and extend their thinking, access to education that is free and taught by experts. And also by doing this, by creating a free education system, Salicon is also disrupting for-profit businesses. Basically, by creating a nonprofit organization, in the future, it will discourage for-profit education businesses, which will eventually lead to an education industry where education is free to everyone. Salicon believes that education is a human right. By doing all of these things, he is creating a world where eventually, one day, education will be free to everyone, and the amount of money you have will not equal the amount or quality of education you receive. So let me get a little bit of space here. The last point was, how is Sal implementing all of this? In theory, the mastery-based learning sounds great, but is it really practical to create a learning environment where every student's learning needs to be personalized and everyone's going at their own pace? Well, with technology, we can do this. Technology allows students to work at their own pace, it allows them teachers to collect data from tests, and it also lets teachers assign personalized lessons. Salicon has showed this in practice, actually, with his school that he founded called Con Lab School, or KLS. This school, instead of marking students with the current ABC method, where you get a letter grade, they mark students using a personalized portfolio, which tracks each student's progress throughout the year and shows how much they have grown since the start of the year. This method allows teachers to use technology, such as Khan Academy, to assign lessons and then let students go through the videos, watch the lessons, and take some of the practice quizzes, and then take a unit test. And then they are allowed to take this unit test as many times over as they want until they master the subject. This way, students learn, instead of memorizing topics, they learn why things work, which will greatly help them when they move to more complex subjects, because they have a more fundamental understanding of subjects. To summarize, Salicon's eminence is because of his mastery-based approach to learning, which is revolutionizing the education industry and is changing the way we think of our learning method, which is clearly outdated. His vision, which is to make learning free for everyone. And finally, the way he's implementing this and showing that this method will truly work, and it has already shown results, is through ConLab School, or KLS. Thank you for coming to my learning center, and I hope you learned something about Salicon and why he's eminent. If you have any comments, please put them in my blog, not on the YouTube channel comments. And thank you for visiting my learning center, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening.